what I think helps a person continue to advance forward in the direction towards the attainment of their goal or their, let's say, dream. I think the thing that is probably the most important thing is desire. I think that as long as you can start out, like I said earlier, without knowing exactly what it's going to take for you to get from point A to the desired end result. There may be a whole set of new skills that you may not have even been able to factor into your equation when you drew it up, that you may have to at some point be forced to consider, come to terms with, and now work towards attaining. But ultimately, if your desire, at least if you have your desire, I think you have the number one component necessary to be prepared to do the work necessary to get to your desired end result. If you're starting out without at least that, then I think you're defeated before you even get out the starting gate. I think desire is the universe's way of expressing potential. So if your desire is strong, in other words, if you really want to do something, and you're really pure about that, I don't think there's really anything that can hold you back at that point. I think it just becomes a matter of time and just, being able to work through this thing and figure it out properly, because I think with desire, what's going to happen is you're going to be in the right places when you need to be. If your desire is strong, even when they talk about luck, what happens is, luck, I believe, is the ability to be prepared when the opportunity presents itself. So rather than say I believe in luck, I do believe in having a strong desire and being very clear about what your desire is. I think with your desire being clear, then when you are confronted with the challenges that come up, life, financial restraints, time constraints, other conflicts that would otherwise sap your energy, sap your spirit, break, your will, I think you're that much more unlikely to find yourself broken as long as your desire is strong. What happens is, with your desire, you find a way to overcome the objection. So strong desire is very, very important. Desire, I believe, is the universe's way of expressing potential. The little boy that does not know how to play, doesn't know music theory yet, but sits in front of the keys of the keyboard and tirelessly tries to figure it out today. It'd be the same, you wouldn't be surprised to see him as a world-class, pianist 20 years later. Does that make sense? I believe that the desire is the universe's way of expressing potential. So rather than have to walk around and ask, do you think I have potential, looking for the validation from the world? Do you think I can be a champion? No, really. Will you receive me as a possible champion? Rather than have to go out and ask for it, you recognize what your desire is. And even when the world is not saying, hey, I validate you as a champion, you're able to. Not because you got to say it with your mouth, but because your thoughts are where they are and you're willing to work for it. So now what happens is, as a result of thinking rightly, you're able to work accordingly. Does that make sense? Yeah.